So celebrated filmmaker Pedro Almodovar is back with his new movie. It's called Pain and Glory, and we're reviewing it today. So Raj is back for Boys on Film.
Hey Phil.
And something that I have been really looking forward to, the new movie from Pedro Almodovar. It is called Pain and Glory, and it comes out on the 23rd of August here in the UK.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a Pedro Almodovar film, I'm there.
Yeah, me too.
I'm so there. You know how I got into Pedro Almodovar? Remember in Madonna's Truth or Dare documentary, she kept going on about what a brilliant filmmaker
Oh,
he was.
yeah, I'd forgotten about that.
So I watched a few of his films, and she was right.
So Madonna's influenced you.
Exactly. she is a tastemaker.
Thank you, Madonna. So this is written and directed by Pedro Almodovar. Some people are saying it's semi-autobiographical. It stars Antonio Banderas, of course, has been in a load of his movies, and Penelope Cruz too. She hasn't got a bigger role as he has, but it's an important role, I think.
Yeah, I didn't do my research before going into this film, so I was purely like, oh my god, it's a new Pedro Almodovar film.
Yeah.
So there, let's go and see it. I really enjoyed it. Is it like the best Pedro Almodovar movie in his catalog? I don't think so.
Well, this is what I was thinking as well, because I think a lot of his films are very different in some respects, because some are very camp and very over the top and very funny.
Yeah.
And this isn't so much. I think it's more poignant.
Very subtle, this movie. Very subtle.
So I think you can love those films and you can love the other type of his films.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to actually think, is it his best film? Because I think his films are different for different reasons. Can we just say, before we go on to what we liked and what we didn't like, this probably has to be my favourite of his films, which is Wild Tales, which is a selection of stories, which is so over the top, and it's got a real darkness to it, but it's also really hilarious as well.
Oh, wow.
And the fact that he goes from really dark to really funny is such a clever thing as well, because I don't think people always get it right, but I think he nails it in that film. Have you seen that movie?
No, I haven't seen that.
I shall lend you that, because I think you'll love it.
Oh, amazing. Do you have the Pedro Almodovar yellow box set?
No.
There's a box set out that I got at HMV, and it has like 5 or 6 of those films. I think I watch that box set at least once a year, but my favorite movie is Bad Education.
Oh, okay. I've not seen that.
That one's really good. Yeah. I mean, you just gotta fall in love with his films.
Yeah.
He is just one of those filmmakers that can do no wrong by me, and I think by him being brave and making Pain and Glory the film that it is, it's like, even though it's not the most dramatic or the most intense story, it is very autobiographical, and you feel like he's really unraveling the complexities of what it was like for him growing up. And there's a couple scenes where they talk about they exemplify like his first crush. Yeah. And I thought that was very brave too, because that was
evocative.
Yeah, maybe even a little taboo. But he was brave enough to go there, and I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, very honest. So other things that we really liked about this, I like this story, and I like the fact that the characters were believable, and I always think that about his films. Usually, I mean, there are a couple of films I'm not so keen on, but I always feel drawn in by the characters, and that's probably down to the performances. I mean, the actors that he always chooses the best actors, I think.
Yeah. Can we just appreciate Penelope Cruz for a minute? Like, I thought she was fantastic in this film.
She's amazing.
And like there's a little twist at the end that you don't see coming, and it's not the biggest twist ever, but it's pretty incredible.
Because it was a clever ending, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it is about a film director, Salvador Malo. He has a lot wrong with him. He's got a lot of physical problems. He's got a lot of illnesses, and he suffers a lot with various problems like tinnitus, and his bones are aching, and he's middle-aged, I would say, late 40s, early 50s?
Yeah. He's not the most healthy guy.
No, but he's very silent with it, though. He doesn't really complain. He doesn't really say that much in this film, and I think that's credit to Antonio Banderas, because I think his performance is probably one of his best.
But the film goes out of its way, like through animation and stuff, to make you understand everything that's wrong with him. Yeah. It's quite fascinating.
It is, and it looks great, doesn't it? Yeah. It makes you, it's compelling to watch.
You could be like, oh, well, I have all this and this and this wrong, and that's really, like, doesn't really tell much of a story, but
Yeah.
the way that the animation tells the story of all his illnesses, it's kind of punches you a bit.
It is like a midlife crisis, but it's not an obvious midlife crisis because he's kind of silently suffering, but he gets an opportunity to meet up with a lot of people who he's had in his life early on. Yeah, I think it's fascinating. It's a fascinating watch. Also, I believed Antonio Banderas is a gay man too, because I think that's something that you don't always get, especially when you've got a straight actor playing a gay role. I know it's quite a controversial subject because, especially with trans characters in movies, a lot of the time trans actors don't get to play those roles, and I think it's quite an important thing. And obviously, there's an outcry for that. But I think in this case, I think he nails it. I think Antonio Banderas I really believe that he was a gay man.
Me too.
Yeah?
Yeah, there was never any doubt in my mind. He's a fantastic actor, and his skills are definitely shown here. So yeah, I just enjoyed it.
Yeah, there was a bit of comedy. I mean, it wasn't too obvious, but we've had a lot of comedy in previous films.
Yeah, it's a very subtle film with a few laugh out loud moments and a few cringe moments, but just a very subtle film all the way through.
So the things we didn't like.
For me, the pacing was a little bit slow.
See, I love that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it was a little bit slow. I did a couple of times like, hey, get on with it. But I think it was all very well thought out, and the reason it is slow is because it really wanted to emphasize a few key areas.
Were you feeling a bit restless? Were you getting a bit bored?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No, but it did feel a little bit slow in the beginning for me.
I don't think it was a long film.
Where you start to wonder, what's the point of this film? What's it doing?
Yeah.
And then it starts to unfold.
It explains. Yeah. Pain and Glory, out on the 23rd of August, the new film from Antonio Banderas. It is the new film from Pedro Almodovar. I always find that a bit difficult to say.
Than me. You say that.
Did you say it quicker? I always have to think about
Pedro Almodovar.
Oh, okay, that's probably the correct Pedro. It is probably Pedro, isn't it?
Well, how do you say the last name?
Almodovar,
and I say Almodovar. I say it the way Madonna pronounces it.
I was going to say, yours sounds sexier than mine. So yeah, don't listen to me, just listen to him. Anyway, we are Boys of Film. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out our playlist just there. If you like this, check out more of the same. Keep watching, actually, because we've got a lot coming up in the next few weeks. We've got the BFI London Film Festival on London South Bank, which is happening in October. Yeah, I'm very, very excited about that. And we will be doing reviews and reporting, hopefully, live from the BFI.